30 meters down, in the freezing depths of the Atlantic Ocean, silence is usually the sound of death. It is a place where light cannot reach. If you hold your breath, you might last 1 minute, maybe 2. But one man stayed in the darkness, at the bottom of the sea, for 60 long hours, and lived to tell the tale. It began as a routine morning off the coast of Nigeria. Harrison was the cook on board the Jascon 4. That morning, like everyone else on the ship, he was asleep. At 4:30 a.m., chaos struck. A rogue wave slammed into the vessel. In seconds, the world turned upside down. The boat flipped. As the ocean rushed in, Harrison was thrown from his bed. He tumbled through the dark corridors, the water rising around his neck. He wasn't swimming. He was fighting to breathe. The ship hit the seafloor. 30 meters down, upside down. Trapped in a small officer's toilet, Harrison found a miracle. An air pocket. A tiny bubble of oxygen trapped inside the wreck. 4 feet high, just enough to keep his head above the freezing water. But he was not safe. He was buried alive. The water was freezing cold. He was dressed only in his underwear. And worst of all, he was alone. Imagine the darkness. Pitch black. He could hear the hull groaning under the pressure. He could hear sea creatures moving in the dark, feeding on the remains of his crew. Time lost all meaning. Was it day? Or was it night? To prevent his mind from collapsing, he thought about his family. He prayed for a miracle, while the oxygen slowly began to run out. Physics was both his enemy and his friend. The immense water pressure kept the air bubble compressed, giving it just enough oxygen density to keep him alive. But at the same time, it threatened to crush his lungs. 3 days passed, 60 hours of cold and terror. Harrison had given up hope. Then, a sound. A hammer striking metal. Divers had arrived. But they weren't looking for survivors. They were there to recover bodies. They expected death, not life. Then Harrison saw a beam of light. He knew this was his only chance. He reached out his hand and touched the diver. The diver froze. A dead body had just grabbed him. Fear. Shock. Then realization. He was alive. Harrison Okene was the only survivor of the Jascon 4. Everyone else was gone. Scientists say the air pocket would have lost its oxygen in just a few more hours. If the divers had arrived later, history would be different. We often believe we are masters of this planet. But down there, in the deep blue, we are nothing. And yet, the human will to survive is a force stronger than the ocean itself. Now, I have a question for you. If you were trapped in that darkness, what single memory would keep you fighting to stay alive? Let me know in the comments below. Nature is beautiful, but it is also unforgiving. If you found value in this story, honor it by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. We have many more true survival stories to share with you. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.